So as we learned in our exam, what the coverages stand for, right? You're not going to talk to your policyholder like they have an insurance license. You're going to break that down. I always like to think of it as take it down to an 8th grade level. They are intelligent human beings. Some people already have an insurance background or they understand how it operates, but just check with them. You don't want to treat somebody with PhD knowledge at a kindergarten level. But on the other hand, you don't want to talk to kindergarten level at a PhD knowledge level. So just check where they're at as far as knowledge in the industry. A good way of doing this is on the home and auto side, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, liability is to protect you in the case someone sues you. And if they say, I know that, then maybe you can abbreviate the rest. But remember to actively listen and have a conversation. So liability does protect the other guy if you bump into him and he needs medical care. I keep it real simple. If they need more information, that's where I expand. Uninsured is going to protect you if he didn't do the other guy what he was supposed to do. So uninsured, underinsured just means the other driver of the vehicle bumped into you. He either didn't have insurance or didn't have enough. Comp and collision. These are my favorites. So I think of comp and collision like brothers. Comprehensive means you were minding your own business and something happened to you. Deer, tree, hailstorm, the car was stolen. Collision, on the other hand, means no business was being minded. That means the driver ran into the tree. They hit the mailbox, right? They are whipping around corners, smashing into things. So that's the big difference between comp and collision. You got the good brother, you got the bad brother, or maybe the brother that just doesn't pay attention. But either way, it's going to have a deductible there. Now, with deductibles, just like a teeter-totter, the higher your deductible, the lower your monthly premium. And it's designed that way. Some people have more in their bank account. They'd like to take a bigger risk. If you live in a heavily wooded area and there are deer all over, you might want $100 deductible versus $1,000. So it really is a personal thing and a conversation I like to have. All right. Add-ons, medical payments. Sometimes they're voluntary, sometimes they're not, depending on the state. Roadside, ran out of gas, got a flat tire, need a tow. That's your roadside. Any sort of car rental. If the tree falls on the car, traditionally your customer is still going to need to get to work, right? So the rental car is designed so they have something while their vehicle is being repaired. Umbrella policies. I like umbrella a lot. And my reason for that is if I see an auto policy written at $250, $500, meaning $250 per person, $500 per occurrence, and then the rest of that would be $100 in property, but $250, $500 is the key there. If I see that on the auto side, I am going to ask if they already have an umbrella. If they don't, I am going to get permission or at least let them know it's going to run in the background to see what an umbrella would be. Sometimes it's $1 a day, depending on what they own. I will also need to make sure the homeowner's coverage is set to at least $500,000 or their renter's policy. The liability is set to $500,000. That is the requirement on the umbrella side. Some companies sometimes will offer death, dismemberment, loss of sight, which quite literally means the driver of that vehicle or passengers have passed away, lost limb, right, or vision. So vision, limb, or life, death, dismemberment, loss of sight. On the homeowner side, you're going to do the run through with your customer, and educating your customer is huge. The more information they have, the more they're going to trust you, to build that foundation, to know you're on their side. So quick rundown there. Dwelling coverage A covers your roof and walls, right? If everything went up in smoke, what would it be to rebuild it? How much does that company need to write the check for? Personal property. We've talked about all this before, but just the quick rundown. It's going to protect everything you own, bobby pins to appliances, even when you're traveling. So if everything goes up in smoke, you've lost everything, wedding dress, Of course, photos are a little bit different. Those are sentimental value, but things that hold value. Loss of use. Again, if your home goes up in smoke or there's a flood of some sort, um, well, we could talk about flood insurance too. That's a whole nother ball of wax. But anyway, loss of use is going to give you hotel stay, accommodations, room and board while your home is being put back together, medical payments. Again, somebody was hurt. I always think of this for like friends. Somebody's visiting. Maybe they slipped into the pool, twisted something, needs to go to urgent care. While you're writing a homeowner's policy, keep your eyes out for roofs. A roof that is too old, some companies won't even look at it. They won't even bat an eye. Swimming pools. If a swimming pool has a diving board, that could cause a policyholder to become ineligible. Particular animals in some states. Now, here in Arizona, insurance companies are not allowed to charge or do any funny business if someone has, let's say, a pit bull. However, in some states, some companies are allowed to say, no, we don't want to insure you with a Doberman, as an example. I don't like to give any particular breed a bad rap because most of us know it's owner stuff. Trampolines can cause ineligibility. Solar panels. If someone, and I'm in Arizona, we got solar panels everywhere. If someone has solar panels, you just want to make sure that you're Googling their property. You can grab an aerial view. You can hit Zillow or Redfin to find these things out as well. So, and that's what insurance companies do too. Underwriting, once we write these policies and they're headed over to underwriting, they do a review. If you say no diving board, but they see a Google aerial view of a diving board, they're going to come back and say,